Well, great atmosphere, great crowd, great energy. I think some great wrestling. I thought we did a really good job of competing hard, and that's what we talk about all the time. In Ames, Iowa, is competing really hard, and we threw a couple, young bucks out there, but you look at guys like Perryman and Gaitan and Swiderski and Johnson. Those guys are all true freshmen. Those guys are going to be around for a while, so everybody better get used to seeing them because they all didn't win tonight, but they were right in the hunt, with really good competition. I think Casey Swiderski's starting to come back. The matches he's losing, he lost a riding time by 4 seconds against Matthews from Pitt, and now Hopple, who's a stud. He's right there with him, so I really like his progress going into the tournament. He hit that kind of freshman slump in the middle. Gaitan, that dude's a gamer. He's got some tools. Kind of an undersized 74-pounder. I think we used his 5th bullet today. Perryman, I thought, did a good job for getting in there, and up and down the line. Obviously, our studs dominated Skyler, Carr, and Bastida. So good effort all over.
What went into the decision to put out MJ?
Just because I felt like he gave us a better chance to win that match. I really did. I thought he could maybe win that match. And I think Runyon's really good, and I just think that's 2 really good wrestlers out there. And that was a great match.
That was a decision you made when you wrestled Iowa earlier this year. Didn't pay off. This time it did. Where have you seen MJ grow over the course of the year?
Just keep throwing him out there, and he figures out. Like we threw him out there against Pitt last week, and he had a really good guy, and he got beat again in a close match. Obviously, when he wrestled Iowa, he kept throwing himself to his back. He thought he was in California still, and he figured out real quick, I'm going to have to change my stance here if I'm going to wrestle in college. And he's made that adjustment, and he's hard to score on.
Kevin, what allowed him to stay in the match mentally there and flip it around in the final minute?
He's just got a lot of composure for a young kid, and you can't teach that. That's just who he is, how he was brought up. Neither him or Ethan, they're from the same high school. They've grown up together. There's something in the water out there where those kids they don't seem to get nervous. They like big moments.
Reading scored late to win, overtime. Pinero scored late to win. How crucial was that in the front half of the duel?
I thought Reading did a great job. I think 133 from UNI is really good. Obviously at 149, they had we didn't get to see their real guy. We would have loved to have seen that match. We got to do a little bit more there. Pinero Johnson's just so darn hard to score on, but we got to figure out how to separate ourselves, and that's what we work on. So, we continually tweak it. But the UNI guy, did a good job, kept it close. We should have probably won that match by a bigger margin.
A guy like Swiderski was lost hardly at all coming into college.
Yeah.
How do you keep him positive through this stretch?
Love him, love him. You just tell him that we believe in him, and that's what we do. We love him and we believe in him. He's going to get it figured out. Let me tell you. He's going through a slump, and anybody that ever got thrown in there is a true freshman. And you look at all the great wrestlers that have done really well in their redshirt freshman year, and you go back and look at how they did in opens. When they were freshmen, go back and see how Brett Metcalf's record was his true freshman year. Go back. A lot of really good guys lost during that period of time, and that was on the open circuit. Imagine throwing them into what our schedule this year. Here we throw a kid into a D1 like meat grinder. Our RPI for our schedule this year, I'll stack it up against anybody. So, just really proud of how he's competing. And we're going to go. We might not win a bid at that way, but we're going to go work our tail off to get a bid when we go to Tulsa.
Coach, we're about a month away from NCAA championships. How are you feeling about this team now compared to last year? This is September.
Jeez, I'm kind of old, and I remember what last year this time looked like. I just know we're in a good spot right now. I like this team right now. Obviously we're really young in spots, and then we've got some veterans, so it's kind of a mix. And really, truly, to be honest, I'm such a forward-thinking person, and we try to be a real forward-thinking staff that I can't even tell you what the heck I was thinking last year this time. I know I was really excited last year because we beat UNI 16-15. That's all I remember, but I don't remember a lot about where we were team-wise. We beat Missouri and won the. I think right afterwards, just like this, we beat Missouri and won the conference. And went undefeated in the Big 12, and we're going to try to do that again. We've got one more to do next Wednesday. So
Tough match for Coleman. What was your assessment of his?
not far off there. You know, he's making ground. I could tell by his mojo when he came off the mat. You know, he sees that he's right there, and you know, I just think Parker is just a daggone stud, like ×3. He's a guy that could win it this year. And I just think it shows you where Marcus Coleman's coming. You guys, especially that have been around here forever and saw Marcus Coleman come through the ranks, probably one of the most improved guys in college wrestling since, you know, in the last 5 years. Not that he was ever bad, but just, you know, we saw him fall on his face a lot when he was young, a lot. And just the composure and the consistency that he has right now. You know, 2 years ago, I think when he wrestled Parker, he got blown out. And so, and you know Parker's not getting no worse. That dude's in there getting better every day. So it just shows you the strides he's made. So I'm excited to see how he finishes out.
RPI came out today, a lot of chatter today just about specific weight classes. Overall, as you as a coach, as your team, what are your thoughts on where some of those guys were at today?
Well, we didn't have a lot. Like, we were right at, you have to have 15 to get an RPI, so I know, like, we didn't have, like, 4 of our best guys. They were right at 14 matches, so we won't even get an RPI until the next rankings. I think there was some frustration in the rankings more than the RPI, because the RPI, everybody should get pretty close to get to 15. I mean, everybody. We'll be over, I think, everybody but Casey, because he got hurt for a while. So, you know, I think the RPI will take care of itself. I think the rankings is what frustrates everybody out there right now, because coaches aren't good to do rankings, right? We focus on coaching. So the last thing you want to do is give us homework and try to figure out a whole weight or 2 whole weights, and that's what we get. And as you see today, I mean, there was guys out there that didn't even get, I mean, RBY, 2 coaches didn't even rank him, right? That's not because they don't think RBY is very good. It's just because wrestling coaches should be doing it. You guys should be doing it, right? You guys should be doing the rankings because you guys study it and understand it, and there's less biases. The NCAA needs to look at that really hard, and I think a lot of coaches would second that motion, that the ranking system is really, you know, it's almost an inconvenience to coaches. Like, oh my gosh, in the middle of my week, I got to sit down and study. So you just click buttons after a while. You click buttons, and then, you know, I forgot RBY's in there too. You know. Sorry, that's a ramble.
Did you bring the dew?
No, but somebody gave me a Diet Mountain Dew right afterwards, so that was better than a couple years ago in Iowa City. They chucked an orange at me, point blank. So handing me a dew was much better. So I'll bring the right dew next year. But I can't wait to see Schwab chuck that baby. We're going 24 ounces in a funnel, straight Mountain Dew. Okay, that's hard to do. Like, only Schwab can pull that off. That's hard to do. So, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.